This is still bugging me how this can be further out than the other side, and I can't bring myself to button it up without doing a couple more things. So what I'm doing is I have a bright light to my right, and I'm going to measure again with a ruler on the back of the knuckle. I think I've already measured from the back of the bearing to the front of the hub and gotten exactly the same thing. I'm going to measure again like this and with a popsicle stick across the front and get an exact reading on both sides. And then after that, I think I'm going to put the bolt press together again. And instead of using the impact, I'm going to use a breaker bar and crank it down by hand so I can feel it. And I wish I would have done that in the beginning when it was coming in. So that's the advice I would give, is stop with the impact earlier than this and put a breaker bar on it and feel it in at the end by hand so you can feel that it seats. If I had felt with my hand that it seated against the bearing, I'd feel a lot better right now. Also, I've double checked that this bearing is fully seated, and by looking at it and looking at the other side, and I've also tried to fit a pick in there and it's fully seated. And there's no space between the backing plate and the knuckle. Just trying to figure out how there's any more space here. This is how I'm measuring with the ruler on the back of the knuckle and the stick on the front. And I come through with my tape measure. And on this side that looks like it's not in as far, there's actually a hair less distance between those two than on the other side that looks like it's in further, like a 0.5 millimeter. This is less of a distance. How does that make any sense? I put the bolt press back on there and I put my full weight on the breaker bar and it didn't budge. So I'm done. This one's shorter than the other side. It's good.